Right, attempt number 2. Shorter delay this time. See if that was the reason. Doesn't look like it to me. Alright, so this should be the definitive attempt. That should be going up on YouTube, so here's a tiny introduction. Hello? I told you it was tiny. Alright, also don't take the phrase "I told you it was tiny" out of context, please. Thank you. But yeah, this is... I mean, this isn't, but these are the first couple players joining for the upper bracket final of the Silver Playoffs between FBRD, which is Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, who have been winning everything so far. Every game in regular season, quarterfinals, semifinals, and yeah, presumably this, let's be honest here. As far as I can tell, they're on red. The only... Oh, actually, no, it's still pretty shuffled. You'll see one guy's on my friends list, that's the Master of Disaster. He's FBRD's leader. And the team that they will be going up against is Colchester FC. I don't like them very much, I'll be honest. And, yeah, I mean, I'm streaming on my own channel. I'm not representing anyone or anything. I can admit that I don't like something. So anyway, they got sixth in regular season. In my opinion, deservedly. Like, they fit right in there. But then they had a bunch of really surprising wins. They beat the third place team, which I think was Lipisklani, in quarterfinals. So that was quite the upset win already. And then in semifinals, they also beat the second place team, which was Double Upload. So nobody knows how that turned up so hard for playoffs. I have not memorized their results, but I would not be surprised if they've actually lost against at least one of those two teams in the regular season before. But yeah, something about getting to play map picks and everything, or maybe they've added a player at the very end, seems to really be helping out Colchester FC. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to alt-tab just real quick to absolutely be safe that I'm actually streaming, because I have gotten quite paranoid about that. Sure, looks like it. And I saw bad words, I saw cuss words in the chat. You bad boy. Right. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, because the lower divisions, as well as a bunch of previous seasons, a bunch of, you know, all sorts of leagues, or even if you happen to watch this without being a comp player yourself, these playoffs are double elimination. That's why I explicitly said in the title is the upper bracket finals, which is not the same thing as the grand finals. So what this means, as opposed to single elimination, which is the standard thing that everybody knows, you know, quarterfinal, semifinal, final, and if you lose a game, you're out. This works in such a way that if you lose one game, you get knocked down to the lower bracket, where you can then keep fighting your way through. And only once you lose a second game total will you be completely out. So the winner of this goes straight into the grand final, and the loser of this goes into the lower bracket final against... Oh wait, we don't know who it's against. That's the other game going on right now. I could not tell you the teams, I'm afraid. Let me think. Who could it be? It's probably Above Only Plat versus... who could it be? I don't know, I mean... Oh, that's right, that's right. What I just said about Colchester FC beating some really good teams. Lipisklani and Double Upload. Of course, they both met each other in the lower bracket, because they each lost a game in the upper bracket. So I think Double Upload won that. Don't hold me to that. I'm going to check on phone so that the stream doesn't show a browser, which is boring to look at. And instead look at Blue, who's stuck inside the ceiling, which is obviously much Much less boring to look at. Alright, so let me just see here. Oh no, it's with the stupid setting. The playoff bracket doesn't really work on phone. Well, screw it then. So either way, the loser of this game moves on to the lower bracket final. The loser of that game is completely out, and the winner gets to play the grand final against the winner of this game. I'm sorry, that was a bit of an awkward way of phrasing that, but at least if you rewatch this and re-listen to it, I think everything I said was correct. This does technically mean, like, let's say FBRD wins this. This does mean that if Colchester FC loses, then they get their second chance in lower bracket grand finals. Then the grand final could be exactly this matchup. You know, the exact same thing again. FBRD versus Col FC. But there's one more twist, because if you've paid close attention, or if you just know the rules, in those grand finals, there will be one team which has won every game in playoffs. There will be one team that has lost one game, and then sort of wiggled their way through the lower bracket. Oh, is this lags or is this frames? I think it's lags. So yeah, that's kind of mean if one team is only allowed to lose once and the other team is not allowed to lose at all. They want to win the season. And the way they remedy that, so these playoff games, they're best of 3 maps. You only need the third map if each team takes one of the first ones. Tonight they will be CP Steel, which was picked by FBRD. Then it will be Product, picked by Colchester FC. And if we need a decider, it will be Millstone, which I was quite surprised. I think people forgot it existed and thus forgot to ban it, and then suddenly it was the decider map. That's the most likely story. Or they said, oh, we don't need to ban it because nobody will ever pick it. And then suddenly there was only that left. Yeah, so that's how I imagine it. So you play these best of 3, and if you reach the grand final, and the team that came from the losers bracket wins, they will not have the title just yet. Then it will go into another best of 3 on a separate day. Ooh. Is there such a thing as air-to-air melees? Well, yeah, it's what Markenkarten is. Oh, I guess, sort of. Anyway, it's quite pretty. You don't see medics doing that very often. So yeah, this means that the team that wins this game could meet... first of all, is in the grand final, that's wonderful. Second of all, might have the exact same matchup, so they get an STV to look at and demos to look at of what to do differently, or just generally what the enemy strats are, and know that they can beat them. And third of all, they even get an advantage, so that if they win, they are instantly the winners of silver, and if they lose, they get a second chance. So, winning the upper bracket final is in most cases, especially when skill is as linear as in Highlander. I might make a video about that one day. I feel like it's kind of a bad thing that there's so few random elements. But yeah, anyway, because skill is at least somewhat linear in Highlander, and you have a decent sample size with multiple rounds, like half an hour each game, and what was I going to say? And best of 3 maps total as well. So it's pretty fair, and it's a system that's pretty good at actually figuring out what the better team is. And because of that, I do not expect to see an upset win in grand finals. Which by extension means I think whoever wins this game is going to win silver. It's not technically official, but they have really, really good chances. And I honestly think that because this game is completely equal, this might even be more interesting to watch than Grand Finals. So I think this is the absolute game to look at. We got the team that's been rolling all of silver. Before you throw sandbagger conclusions at them. What's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. Accusations. Before you throw sandbagger accusations at them, they wanted to be plat. They explicitly told UGC we would like to be plat, and UGC was like, no, you are silver now. Which happens sometimes. So like, it wasn't our choice. We played them, they completely crushed us. That was in quarterfinals. I keep losing my train of thought because I can't hear myself very well through my own earphones. So yeah, they completely crushed us, and they were quite nice in the meantime. They're not a bunch of assholes. I actually feel like the most common assholes are the ones that are not doing well. I mean, it's obvious in the way that they have something to be angry about, but it's less obvious in the way of why do they even have an ego if they're bad. But yeah, you can see a lot of people joining. 18 players on the server total. I'm hoping this will start soon. Oh no, I'm unbalancing it again. All right. No, really, I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow my own train of thought. I was talking about how linear skill is. I was talking about why this grand final is so important. Oh yeah, that's right. FBRD. They're not assholes. They are too good for silver, no doubt. But it wasn't their choice to be silver. And they explicitly said, we need gold back. Because as much as you want to get angry at admins for every bad decision they make, eventually, it is still reasonable to not be putting them in plat. So FBRD, more than any other team in the world, to be honest. I mean, obviously I don't have too much of an eye on North America, but FBRD is the absolute team that needs gold, the gold division, more than any other. Yeah, so what we see tonight is sort of the result of unwillingly sandbagging because of the low sign-up numbers to Highlander. So if you are watching this and you are not a Highlander player, sign up, do it. We need you. And if there's a lot of you, that you might even get your Iron division back, which is wonderful because it gives balanced games to the worst players so that they get introduced with something enjoyable. And then there'll be even more because they stay, and it's wonderful and it sustains itself. But once you take a couple divs out, it gets worse and worse. Alright, I heard a ready up sound. Let's take a look at the teams. It's 9v9, as it is supposed to be. We got Carp, who you might recognize. That's Magikarp. He will be on Spy, I guess. I mean, we don't know that for sure because it's setup time. I mean, pre-game. But yeah, it's quite possible. So yeah, on blue, we have FBRD, on their own map, by the way. And on red, we have Cole FC, Colchester. I don't know how I want to say it. I don't want to say Colchester FC. How many syllables is that? 5 syllables? Colchester FC? Yeah, that's 5 syllables. That's too much for me. I'm thinking about saying Col FC or Colchester. I'm not sure. Yeah, whatever. I'll do whatever makes sense in a moment. You may have noticed this is McLean. McLean uses the back burner, except not right now, just to prove me wrong. I hate McLean. If we have more downtime, I may explain why. He is one of only 2 people on the entirety of Steam that I have blocked. He is the absolute worst of the worst. And I wish him all the bad things in the world, and I want him to lose, and his team, and everyone who's ever engaged with him. So, I am cheering for FBRD. Also because they weren't assholes, and they're kind of an awkward spot where people want to dislike them for sandbagging, but it's not their fault, and it's all you poor guys. Also, if FBRD does lose, which I'll admit is possible, Colchester has pulled off some pretty good games in the playoffs, that would also make me sad, simply because they had such a strong showing throughout the entire season, barely lost a round, and then kept that going through the playoffs and everything. They were strong the entire time. And the nature of playoffs, in order to make it exciting, is that you can lose everything you've built up of the past, was it 11 weeks or something? Just under 3 months. You can lose all of that in one game, or I guess 2 games, because double elimination. Which is good for making it exciting, knowing that it's possible, but you don't actually want it to happen. You want it to be possible, but you don't want it to happen. So if FBRD loses, I will be quite sad for multiple reasons. And yeah, I just figured I'd say that up front, that I am very biased. And I'm sorry if like Wiedhoeft, is it? I don't know how to pronounce it. If Wiedhoeft watches this, because I may or may not start casting for Blackout TV. I'm doing such a non-impartial cast. What's it? Partial? I'm doing such a partial cast because it's my own channel and I do whatever the fuck I want, including cussing, as you might have heard. I would of course do that differently if this was for someone else who cared. But since I can do whatever I want, I will do whatever I want, which is cast a game where there's a lot at stake, and I love one team. Well, I don't love them, but I like one team and I hate the other. So here we are! Both teams have readied up. We got 1 minute of setup time. Let's take a look at the red NG. The red NG. I need binds for this, don't I? Celrio, alright, he's running the standard wrench, Rescue Ranger, and Wrangler. That's no big surprise there. He's going to be doing the ledge sentry and getting Uber. That's really important. It makes you build invincible buildings. I think I'm seeing an eviction notice. I personally disagree, but who am I to correct you on something that I'm an expert on? My humor might be too dry for the internet, I just realized that. A couple years in, I'm just realizing, yeah, I don't think people are getting that. Ooh, he climbed up there. I mean, it's not rare to see heavies playing stairs, especially not these days. I feel like it's gotten more popular recently. Oh, he's looking at me. But climbing up there is still rather rare. So we got a gun spy trying to duel this sniper and demo, as presumably the rest of the blue team is moving over. Oh, sorry for being out of bounds. And just stacking this point as the scout tries to kind of contest. We're looking at blue level sentries. Let's see what they want to do with those. It looks like the blue combo will be moving up here. And by blue, I mean FBRD. I'm trying to make the habit of calling by the team names a bit more often. Demo dies to the sentry. There's 2 overzealous there. The heavy 2 is really low, but he does get out. Gonna wait for the demo to spawn before they're making another attempt. No, damn it. Oh! That was the red medic getting forced just there. Blue is missing their flank and getting sort of sticked out of here. But they do have Uber ad now. So let's see what they can do with it. They use on the heavy. That's really far back. Sentry gets moved. Ooh, it's gonna take a lot of time. Demo bombs in, trying to save that time. Gets the sentry. Doesn't get the snap and dies to it. I'm not sure this is gonna work out. Red medic died as well. Sorry for bad camera work. But looks like, at least ground-wise, Colchester will be holding this point just a little bit longer. As FBRD spawns are coming in, heavy getting aggressive. Sentry might go down here. There it is. FBRD moving up the slope. And yeah, Colchester completely correctly recognizing that they cannot fight that. They got some extra time out of it by making FBRD use a spawn wave for this. But they cannot hold B for real if their medic dies. So, next thing on the to-do list is, well, first of all, finish the cap for B. Oh, that Lico's kind of stuck out here. Drops down, tries to go to the medic. It worked! He dropped him! Oh, wow. He must have been called. He was damaged, somebody saw him go in there. The only thing he can do is do that drop down play. You had to hit 2 pipes, I think? I'm not sure. Was the med hurt? Oh, jeez, what a play. So here we have the pain train soldier. You can see because it's ×2 at the bottom. Already putting pressure on E. While his own team, his own combo is still in connector over there. So that's not going to be a completely committed cap. Might want to get out of there. Yeah, that didn't work. Lico with some really nice pipes. So FBRD is looking a bit indecisive what they want to do here. That's McLean. Dies to the heavy. Because that was a terrible decision to make as a pyro. And once again, they stack the point. They have the level sentry over here. That's gonna help a bit when it's wrangled. But apart from that, their own combo is where Red used to spawn there in the very beginning. Instead of contesting the point, Colchester decided to use right into them here at White Room. I think they lost some people to the heavy who weren't flashed. The medic's gonna die as well. Is he? Yes, he is, to the butter knife. And that's pretty much a complete wipe for Colchester. You just get anyone on the point, you're really close to capping it. No one jump it, Solar's here to jump it. Oh, he died to... Oh, there's a sentry in here! The one living player of Colchester was able to edge that cap out a tiny bit longer. Pyro's on there. I'm not sure if he did a thingy jump or a power jack. You can jump over there with power jack. Oh, it's still gonna get denied! Soldier's had to jump it. That's gotta be enough. No! Oh, that's so frustrating. So close. Heavy gets stabbed! Both teams having lost so many players now. What a disaster. I think Colchester has re-established this hold. And the Ubers are roughly equal as well, as Luke has pretty much no one to build with. Ah, that's gotta be frustrating. And you gotta keep in mind, the last cast I did was in ETFL playoffs, where the rules are a little bit different when it comes to stopwatch, where you would play 3 halves, like a full game, per map. In UGC you get the choice, but if nobody says anything different, looks like FBRD is gonna get the free C cap, because Colchester is not defending that. It wastes time in the long term, but you do get it for free. So if you think it's... well, actually, does it? I'm not sure how to phrase it. You're wasting time that you could be spending attacking E, but if you're thinking that you're not going to be able to push it... Okay, and I'm going to shut up with that now, because we got another Uber exchange. There's a lot on the heavies. Surprised to see so many heavy Ubers at this level. Oh, and this is a terribly awkward spot for Luke. Oh, walked on that sticky. Is the sandwich still there? Oh, no. Yeah, that's always the thing you're afraid of happening. When you're moving through that hallway. So that's another thing that FBRD failed on their own map. Ooh, I like this teleporter. It leads from that little hidey spot all the way behind enemies. Yeah, I'm not sure if they know. Yeah, they didn't have anyone go in there to check, because that was when was it Lico? I think it was Lico. Dropped them out with pills. So yeah, Colchester moving through the White Room now, trying to sort of move around the point. Maybe attack it from another side, but since they can't get through this door, there's actually a lot of cap time, a lot of people on there. Power dies to a sticky. But Lico dies. That's a lot of the spam potential gone. And with the small Uber advantage as well, and this level 3 sentry being up, this looks like another good push for FBRD. Snap is watching. Snapper can clean up this point like pretty much no one else can. Doesn't get those kills though. And there it is. 6 minutes 44. Now, CP Steel is a really weird map where you can take 20 minutes, you can take 3 minutes, and everything in between. You can even take 1 minute. We took 1 minute once in Iron with a straight E-rush, and it worked. I would argue that it's overall faster than other stopwatch maps. Hold on, let me... Ooh, crit strap. In a bunch of different places. Problem is, you can only detonate once. Mission begins in 30 seconds. But alright. So yeah, I would argue that overall CP Steel is a a rather fast map compared to other stopwatch ones. But if you struggle to push, it can take extremely long, because like more like really bad maps like Dust Bowl, it does not have a limit of how much the timer can be. One at the top. So if you're playing something like Upward and you gain extra time by capping points, the maximum of that is 10 minutes. If you fail to push any point for 10 minutes, red wins. And on CP Steel there's no such thing. You can amass any time up there. And you often do get more than 10. But alright, back into the actual game. I think free camp is serving me well. Nico's a bit low on health, doesn't want to move up those stairs. We're still in a bit of an awkward stalematey spot here. FBRD has a lot of space to move around in. The first Colchester players moving up. They have their Uber ready. Let's see if they want to use it straight out here. No, their met's really far back. Heavy's not getting the heals. Pass to the sentry because of it. Nico doesn't want to peek. He knows the sniper's on him. You saw the dot. Oh, the Heavy's coming right there. Oh, that's not good for Nico at all. Alright. So that's a pretty successful defense. But keep in mind, Colchester did not use. And as they are only now wrapping up the A point, so they didn't have the combo over there. I mean, it worked anyway. Here we have McLean. Unsurprisingly, completely out of position and completely stupid, because why would a spy be here? There are no priority targets. That's gonna happen every time the camera randomly gives me McLean, by the way. He does not deserve to get carried this far. But alright. Looks like they heard a bit of a let's rotate call. As they decide to move through spawn. Now sure, that's a very safe space for your medic, and your people can touch the resupply locker, which is nice. But I would actually argue it's more space. They used? What did they use? What was that? Why? And Heavy as what? Ooh, now what you see, Colchester's done here. If they've hugged around, through White Room. Also they've wiped, so you're not seeing anyone through the walls anymore. What they were trying to do is moving all the way around here, trying to set up this telly, for example. I think that's going to be very useful. And sort of seize the area around the point before jumping it. The problem with that is that Red at this stage still has a very easy way of blocking Lost, either from connector or their own spawn, just like they're doing right now. So I'm not sure if you can turn this into a real push. Neither team has Uber right now. And I just saw a spy moving up over B. Oh, this really feels weird to see a blue team pushing from D into White Room. It's all wrong. Oh, Sniper's not paying enough attention. Might die through the roller? No. He's got the heals to keep him alive. As Liko dies to that scout. So many red players down. Wonderful, wonderful shots from James. It's not quite alive. Not quite enough to keep yourself alive. Colchester's medic just spawned. While Luke of FBRD has had his Uber ready for quite a while. They use on the Heavy again, but it's gonna be enough because it's just a retarded pyro on the point there. Ooh, Kazarok only getting that body shot. That's not enough. And he can't focus that sentry until the sniper's down. I guess that's the downside of that telly. Oh, okay. Finally, Kazarok wins the duel. Finds the pyro pick. I think that was another body shot on the med. He is hitting some nice flick shots, but it's never quite enough for the most important shot. I do wonder if there's nerves being part of that. Oh, wins another sniper duel. It's SMG out! Oh my god. And it sure worked. Ooh. Well, he hit the pyro, but I think what he was trying to do there is kill the NG so that people can spam the sentry safely. Did get the headshot, but he had too much buff. Does he know the sniper's there? Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Just a charged body shot there. QWERTY has found his way in there. but Colchester used their Uber. Now that B has been capped, while I wasn't looking, while you blinked, they have sort of set up this little hold around concrete, which means FBRD cannot safely leave spawn at the fastest way. Since a lot of them are only just spawning, gonna have to figure out another way to do that. They can either go via D and try to push through here, which is gonna require some kills. They can go via connector, via C, try to help from there, but they have so many players down, and the spawn times are so long, that's 21 seconds! That soldier needs to jump this point. One person is not enough cap time. You gotta get on there, or the scout's going to deny you. It really is up to FBRD now. Just need someone to block this point for 1 more minute, or they're gonna lose their own map in upper bracket finals. As the blue Uber gets popped, and with 1 minute 4 left, that's Sleepy Steel to Colchester, who didn't pick it. I don't like where this is going. Although, again, I'd like to reiterate, they're calling good round. So maybe, if both teams agree, they can decide to play a stopwatch map best of 3. So I guess we're about to find out. If the map changes, they're not doing that. And if we hear more ready up sounds, then they are. Alright, so I'm going to alt-tab to see the chat just real fast. Not to do any casual conversation, but just to see if somebody has pointed out, oh, you have no audio, or oh, I literally can't see anything, everything is garbage, you're terrible at streaming. Because otherwise I would not have any way of knowing. So let's see. Why would I want to look at chat? On Steam chat or what? Right, fine, I'll look at Steam chat. Whoops, sorry. That was Streamception, I apologize. Go watch this wonderful SMG sniper. Oh, it's an Australian SMG, that's probably why he's using it. He'd be using Razorback if he didn't have an Australian one. Right, so let me just see what all the fuss is about on my phone, so I don't have to show it on stream with all your porn links and whatever. Ooh. So, in the stream chat, it says, look at the chat, or look at your phone. I look at my phone, look at Steam because I'm offline to not get trolled on screen, and only off screen. I look at my Steam chat via phone, and he says, look at your phone. So I assume it must be in WhatsApp. Let's see. Oh, he gave me the bracket. Oh, that's nice. It's out of throwing versus above only plat. That is, well, since wait, that means that both LK and double upload are out. Well, that's quite interesting. LK, the team that made second place, Lipis Kalani, known in ETF2L as Saukot. I mean, not quite, but most of the same players. They lost to Colchester just last week. Or, yeah, last week. Like fair and square, even got a map. But then in the lower bracket round that they got into because of that, against Out of Throwing, AOT, they defaulted. So they have actually dropped out. And then the other thing, double upload, also beaten by Colchester initially. They lost to above only plat. Fair and square this time. They too got a map. But yeah, so the lower bracket semi-final, even though there's only one, it's complicated, is Out of Throwing versus above only plat, which should be going on right now as well. And the winner of that is going to go up against the loser of this. And I still do not know if we'll be seeing Product immediately, calling a steel win for Colchester, or if we'll be seeing one or two more halves of steel. Guess only time will tell. But yeah, thank you Caulfield, for giving me that bracket, even if it's a bit late now. So, read any good books lately? This really is quite the awkward moment. I don't know why they wouldn't be switching maps yet. You also gotta keep in mind we're watching the STV on a 90-second delay. So if they, but the loading screen is instant. So if we know that they're not going to switch maps in the next 90 seconds. So that's a pretty long waiting time, to be honest. And I feel like that implies we're gonna see more halves. I don't like this uncertainty. But I'm willing to interpret this as more steel. So hold on, I'll be right back. I trust you to stay civil while I look away for literally 15 seconds to close the shutters. It's getting late. Haha! I tricked you! It wasn't 15 seconds! I'm sorry I lied to you that one time. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Oh, we got more backburners. What is this? Alright, let's do a not quite meta loadout rundown. This guy's normal. This guy's... I guess Bash is not completely necessary in Highlander. Like, I don't think this is news to anyone, but they use it in Sixes to build Ubers. But since there are so many... Oh! They want to change maps. Right, so I guess that really does mean steel to Colchester. And the next one would be product, which was picked by Colchester. That's gonna mean trouble. But yeah, either way. They use Boston Basher to build. Boston Basher build. In Sixes, but it's not really necessary in Highlander because you get so many people... So much spam, as well as just, you know, you can do it with the demo, you can do it with the soldier, you can do it with the pyro if he has Scorch Shot or detonator. Actually, not sure if that damages it. And yeah, the only other excuse for someone to use it in Highlander, apart from there's barely any good ones, good scout melees, is that they want to get behind enemy lines, hit themselves, and then steal mat packs. Just overly specific. I assume they're not just getting behind enemy lines just to do that. I assume they're planning to get a pick, but you know. I think even then it's a waste, because you can do the exact same thing with the atomizer, while also having a really nice passive. But maybe he's already preparing for the upcoming atomizer nerf. So let's just use this YouTube video as a bit of a time capsule. Hello, I'm Chaka. The Pyro update hasn't happened and things are pretty okay now, and I'm actually really optimistic about it, and that the balance changes are all, well, almost all really good, especially looking at Highlander, and they are great choices, and I'm really optimistic. I think it will go well. Let's see if my future self is laughing at me. Wait, Asheville? What? They just said Asheville. They just said Asheville in server chat. I specifically asked Master of Disaster, and he said product. Well then, Asheville. You know what? I'm actually starting to develop a theory. And that map preference for Highlander teams, or map strength at least, is a spectrum. There are the extremely strat-based maps, the most strat-based map being CP Steel, followed by, I don't know, I suppose it's mostly followed by not very popular maps, because if a team probably map talks that and really thinks it through, they have an advantage over others. But of the like staple maps, what's the next most stratty after Steel? I'd say maybe Badwater, maybe Swiftwater, something like that. And I know that all the strats of Badwater are really public domain at this point, that everybody knows them. But the fact is, it's not as DME as something like Asheville, like right here, or Product, which I consider at the other end of the spectrum. Which is whatever you want to call it. I guess you call it DM or individual game sense, or yeah, you know what? If you want to make it very clear that the spectrum only has two ends, you can say one of them is about individual skill, and the other one is about synergy. And synergy maps are things like Steel, Badwater, generally Payload. I'd say also 5CP in a way. And then on the other end, there's Koth maps, especially the ones that are popular in lobbies, because you can get a lot of solo experience on it. So that's Product above all, followed by Asheville, followed by Lakeside, followed by all the small ones. I don't know, Wormtick, Ramjam, who remembers those? So yeah, you've got this please wait for broadcast to start. That is the logical conclusion of loading screen is instant, but there's a 90-second delay. So in real time, people have already been on the server for like a minute or so, but since I'm 90 seconds behind, I get to look at what it looked like before anyone got here. But yeah, they should be coming any second. And I can't even free cam in the meantime, I'm afraid. Wait, can I? Oh, I can, I'm sorry. What's the most pretty angle of... Wait, the map is paused. Fascinating. I think that says something about quantum mechanics in TF2. If nobody's looking at the control point sign doesn't move. Right, they actually changed the config instantly. Very commendable. So yeah, the reason I believe in the Spectrum is because I've had a lot of experience. Well, not a lot, but every time I do map picks, or generally get someone else, another team's feel for how what maps they like, what maps they dislike. That's pretty much the difference. So if you love Steel, you hate Asheville. If you love Asheville, you hate Steel. Is my theory, at least. So that's just gonna make, if that's true, that's just gonna make it even harder for FBRD. If I remember correctly, when they were against us, the very first thing they banned was Product. So it seems like they're not too fond of Koth in general. Oh wait, actually, and then as a decider they picked Lakeside, so I guess it's just... yeah. Just because tendencies exist doesn't mean it's an ironclad rule that everyone constantly follows. But I do wonder if there's like some kind of statistical merit to this. If you can split teams, by the way, not players. There's a difference between what picks you're going to make because of you want to win, and what you actually personally like. Because I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this so publicly, because if you want to get really serious, then you should keep your map preferences secret. But I'm willing to say as much. We really like CP Steel for picking, because we're good at it and often win. But at the same time, some of us, not myself, but some of our team members, personally dislike it. They're just like, oh, the fucking big map packs are stupid, bad players get lost, you're so split up, all close range, so many cloak spots. Like, I'm sure you can have real complaints about the quality of the map, but the fact is you win it a lot, and if you only look at what you win a lot, I think there's really only two types of teams. Teams made of individuals and teams made of unity. And I'm not trying to put that in a way of or teams that are really united and have great team spirit are better. I really just mean that as the statistical, presumably. I mean, I don't want to say fact. I don't want to say fact because it's just a theory. But yeah, just saying these guys are individuals, these guys are the team makes it sound like I consider the team to be better. But I'm just saying it's two different things. You can win either way. So it looks like we're getting into this. I remind you, even though it is UGC, because it is playoffs, we'll be playing first to 3, which means best of 5. Colchester, who are on blue, have taken the first map, which was CP Steel and FBRD's pick, which means that if Colchester can win, it's actually quite interesting to see both teams rushing under. Never seen that, I think. I don't watch enough Asheville, to be honest. Yeah, so if Colchester can win this, they are in grand finals, which are easy for the team that came from upper bracket. Let's free cam this, because I'm not actually too willing to call out either team for winning this mid fight. Ooh, but FBRD has lost so many important players. They lost their sniper, lost their demo. It's gonna be enough to give Colchester their cap.
The control point is being captured.
As Luke has to move back. He's kept his Uber. He's looking pretty safe. Was a level sentry, you can see it through the wall. Sario really liking level sentries on offense, on Koth, on everything. There's a red Uber coming out. And he's not watching the point, unfortunately. At least not much of it. Ooh, and there's the counter Uber. Colchester with the McLean Uber onto the point, because that's the one thing he can do. Walk forward. I don't want to shit on W on 1. I mean, if it works, you like, probably deserve the kill. But he's still getting carried. He's still getting carried. It wasn't his work. But yeah, Luke went down to this, but so did the medic, who's quite obviously not his real Steam name, but I guess I can't make people wear it just because I'm casting. So that's going to give an ever so tiny advantage to Colchester, because FBRD has already capped, which means there's a slightly shorter spawn time for blue now. And when it comes to Ubers, that's actually moderately important. You see there's about 20 seconds different, 20% difference. A bit less, maybe. Ooh! Ooh, can he put it? Oh, that was wonderful. That was his soldier actually got that kill at the end. It was a wonderfully organized flank play to pick Colchester's medic. But they have lost their own flank because of it. Carp finding the sniper pick, quite easy. There's the zap. There's the butter knife. There's another headshot. Carp doing really well. And he should be getting out alive because dead ringer, or because cover. Still hasn't been shot. Well, alright. That was very nice work as his team's respawns are coming in. There's some pressure being put on the point. I'm not sure who touched it, but it was too early. Either way. I'm not ready to be touched, is that the point? And I just saw Colchester's medic die to the soldier once more. Solo kill this time. Sniper went down as well. Nico says, alright, fuck it, I can just throw it forward. We gotta wait for spawns anyway, let's just see what I can do with it. The answer is pick the sniper, which is not useless, but it's something. Spy finds the pyro. Alright. Ooh, that's a vaccinator, I didn't even notice. Luke on the vaccinator, why? It's a terrible decision. There's so much more time left in the round. And you would have massive Uber advantage if you had run stock. Because your soldier is doing amazing work. Blue medic being forced into some really nice surfs. And it looks to me, if I'm honest, like FBRD gave up this point because too many of them were low. And I wonder if that has something to do with the overheal problems that the vaccinator brings with it. Maybe it's kind of lonely over here. Alright, getting some cap time. But Colchester almost has. Have you played too aggressive there? It's an easy cap. I use the odd Uber. But against the complete stock Uber, I'm not sure how well that's gonna go. Gotta pop that bullet resistance against the scouts, not enough. They're gonna at least keep Luke alive. Yes, they are. They lost 4 players and the point. Oh, what a waste. What a mistake that vaccinator is. And now we're gonna have pretty much constant Uber advantage for Colchester until they can do another really nice flank play. It is a bit more likely to succeed when their Pyro has a mental disability. But at the same time, FBRD is getting picked for the scout killing Kazarok or whatever his name is. Yeah, Kazarok. Starting to move up over the left here. The scout on the roof. Oh! Colchester not afraid to just use into them. It's 40 more seconds. Luke died. This is the time to switch mediguns, except if they don't cap. Oh! Oh, what a massive... Wow! I have no words. I was speechless there for a second. QWERTY, wow! It was like a 4K with one rocket or something. Jesus Christ! Oh, I think that might have just decided the round. QWERTY with amazing plays this entire game. Ah, wonderful. 20 seconds to hold this. Small Uber ad. I think they might have the Uber ready like just when it gets into overtime. McLean getting stupidly aggressive again, that's the sniper. Colchester losing their heavy as well. They have to jump point. It's 5 seconds now. Nobody's touching it. James, touch it. James! Oh! Getting air blasted. There it is. That's 1 round. Due to the amazing, amazing plays of QWERTY. I think I could have won this a bit more easily if Luke had stayed on stock and just trusted his players to create that advantage for him. You have an AFK. Well done. And looks like we're going to see that same mid-fight again, where a lot is going on under, which I find quite fascinating. I wouldn't really call this advantageous ground. No access to cover, low ground. Only thing you get is a mat pack and a way to hug the point from the other side. And I think that's exactly what they wanted, and that's exactly what they got. So this is going to be a mid-cap for Colchester. They lost their medic to the Pyro. Actually, I'm looking at the kill feed. I didn't see the kill itself. Oh, what a... Oh! And Colchester is just falling apart here. No doubt some of them decided this was a sack wave and just decided to get aggressive because their met died. But even outside of that, just amazing kills all around. FBRD moving forward. This is the enemy half. Look at the building, it's blue. They're moving forward. It looks like they're trying to establish an aggressive hold, but nobody's on the ramp there, so Blame can get around. He's been spotted now. And they decide to get more passive again. Capped logic far forward. Colchester regrouping, preparing a push, but the sniper only just spawned. Scouts up top, you didn't see him. Alright. McLean suiciding for absolutely no reason. Celio dying, so that sentry's unprotected now. Oh! And once more QWERTY with the all-important kills. Medic was at like 90%, I think, 88. Oh, very, very lonely, very aggressive heavy again. It's about to be surrounded. He does pick up the McLean kill, but that's not a very impressive thing to do. It's very easy. I'm sorry I'm being so mean, but he deserves it. Right. Ooh, FBRD staying really aggressive, and they do find the mat pick once more. Master of Disaster again. Ah, wonderful. FBRD is getting comfortable now. Asheville not their map. But they won the first round, and the second round's looking quite nice for them as well. The gun spy is coming around. Cloaks past. They can't see that smoke, by the way. It's just STV. And finds a telly. Let's go zap that. Might zap that. Sorry, I memed. It won't happen again. Alright. Oh, I was about to say Colchester is really nicely grouped up now. They still have two problems. A, they're dying to the sniper. B, McLean is an idiot. C, it was three problems after all. I came up with the McLean one on the spot. And C is that FBRD still have Uberad, and as I said that they use too much heavy Uber, too little demo. And it's enough to keep Colchester back for now. Got some really nice kills, including the med. That's the most important part. But they've lost enough players in health that they have to give the point now. That's not nice. Oh, massive disaster. Still getting a demo kill. It's nothing to scoff at. But alright, this is going to be a cap for Colchester. As the 50% Luke is preparing a way to counter this. Actually, the cap still hasn't been finished. As FBRD players are moving out. They've got no one here to touch the point. I think the captain's just going to go back, keep an eye on the bottom thing. James! Oh, that's too many enemies. He cannot survive that. And that's the second round for FBRD. I really thought that point was lost. Nice, nice use of aggression. They went back when they needed their spawners. And the spawners came just in time to keep denying that point. So, let's watch the gunspire this time. Again, both teams really caring about under. Keep in mind, last time Colchester won the mid-fight. Decently comfortably too. Until they lost their med and collapsed. And once more, Colchester with a much better mid-fight. Luke is alive, but his combo's gonna die right here, and he's gonna have a very tough time getting out. Logic's still alive, getting tanked, but you are in a terrible spot. Soldier still gets denied. I'm saying denied a lot. Trying to find some way to keep Luke alive in here, and it does seem to work with just a heavy under-scout. They're moving around, they have Uber. Snap is watching, don't get dropped now! Oh, they're even recapping with their three numbers, the 3 players of number advantage, before Colchester can use their own Uber. Spy does not find that kill in time. As Liko gets really aggressive. Where are your pipes? Where are your pipes? We need those pipes again. I'm just gonna finish up the cap. Right, I'm just gonna give you this free cam while I take a little drink, just real quick. I'm sorry, we're not looking at the most important part, which is this bats area over here. Is my bad. Right, and once more, Colchester missing their sniper. I think that's Kazarok doing a really good job. As Blame is getting aggressive over here, finds the scout kill, and is now largely behind them at low health though. Colchester starting to gain ground. As Red used the Uber. Into them. Can they find a med kill? No, he has Uber in time. Alright, and that's gonna be an easy cap. Now don't go vaccinated just because you died, Luke. Please learn from your mistake. Is McLean about to get a kill? Even on Pyro, that is atrocious aim. Right, and I did not catch it again. Luke, does he know that's a spy? Yes, he does. I did not catch it, but Colchester's medic died once more. It's gonna be just a tiny advantage for Luke right here. As this heavy's getting aggressive. Oh wait, sorry, this is Colchester, my bad. QWERTY, not finding the kill this time. And that's a massive numbers advantage for FBRD to recap right here. Except they're not recapping, come on! Oh, they were trying to hug around with the underplay. Do they know McLean is there? McLeano's there on the point. Nobody's seen him! Nobody's seen him! Solar might die to that. He does! Ah, what a waste. What a waste. What a waste of a perfectly good demo. Not perfectly, because he didn't do the glass, but you know. Oh, I was really scared we might have a pause just there. Someone I don't want right now. By the way, this could be the last round of Asheville already. FBRD can hold their advantages here. The Ubers are equal. Colchester starting to move up. Around the boxes here, used on Scout and Demo. That's a nice combination. As FBRD uses on Heavy and Pyro. Oh, Luke goes down. Luco. But there's a lot of players dead on both sides. It's really hard to say who came out of this victorious because this Heavy is far from comfortable. But this is kind of no man's land. The point was no man's land, well, when I started that sentence. Now FBRD has gotten their spawns and regrouped. But that was a really awkward situation. Neither team could really stand on mid, which is an advantage for FBRD because they don't need to cap. QWERTY! QWERTY! Don't leave that scout alive. Ah, what a pity. I think QWERTY has been the star of this game so far. At least on Asheville, he really did single-handedly win that first round. Alright, 3 seconds of Asheville. If they don't jump it now, they almost have, but no one's touching it. That is each team taking the opponent's team's map. We're switching instantly. Thank you for waiting. He could have switched before the game had ended. Each team taking the other team's map. Colchester winning Steel. FBRD winning Asheville. 3-0 even, quite comfortably. So let's hope that broke Colchester's spirit. I'm being really mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I warned you. I warned you in the beginning. I am cheering for FBRD all the way. And we're actually at a point where the, in my opinion, most important game of the season is going to be on Millstone. The most important map of the most important game. Not officially, but realistically. And, yeah, if you don't play UGC, you may only know this map from its Halloween version, which I think was Moon something. I don't remember. But yeah, this is the second time that Millstone has been... Let me free cam, thank you. This is the second time that Millstone has been played in the UGC Highlander season. Nobody knows why. I mean, I'm happy that UGC is a bit more willing to experiment. ETF2L has a bunch of interesting cups, and then no matter how the cup actually goes, they would never implement a weird map into their full season. And UGC is just balls enough. I mean, they don't have any cups, so the only way for them to play weird maps is to just throw them in. Which, sure, a lot of people don't like. But that's why it's good that ETF2L and UGC both exist, so they get to choose. Let's go first person. Now that we have people. And yeah, Millstone, I'm not opposed to them having it put in once. I don't like it very much, neither for being good at it, nor for liking it from a design perspective. But for the sake of experimentation, for the sake of keeping the game changing after 10 years, I'm okay with it being introduced once. But the thing is that the community mostly agreed with me. Very few people actually liked this map. It was mostly... I mean, the people who liked it were the ones that won important games on it. And there will always be people who win important games, because important games exist. That's the point of competitive, and every game has a winner. So, I don't think that's a good reason to like a map. I'm saying too much, I'm very sorry. But that's me trying to regain my train of thought. Trying to fill the silence when nothing's going on in pregame. But yeah, this is the second time they've had Millstone. After the first time when it was mostly panned, mostly hated. Of course, it's never as simple as I explained it. It wasn't 100% hated. There's always people for it. Not just for the important games fallacy thing, but really just for whatever reasons they might have, such as bad taste. But yeah, I think the overall result, and I do think the admins got that, or should have gotten that, is that this map's not that good. So they put it in again. We are technically 3 versions further. Back then it was Millstone UGC 4, look at the bottom right. Now it's Millstone UGC 7. I'm sorry I wanted first person, it's just that nobody's moving. Sorry, I was confused with the chat and the fact that he had to wait view models and stuff. So yeah, they put it in a second time after it was hated. It's 3 versions later, but the changes are basically non-existent. Like, I'm not sure if I can think of any changes they made. I think this card disappears earlier. It used to disappear when you cap 3rd. No, I don't know. It's completely irrelevant. None of the layout has changed. None of the chokes have been made better. I think this, I think this cover is new. I'm pretty sure. So that gives more power to the defensive sniper. Always give more power to the sniper. That makes the game really good in Highlander. That is a very healthy meta. Also make sure to always empower the red team more than the blue one, because then the game will be slower and it's easier to watch. I am being sarcastic. Those are both bad decisions. I mean, some of you will now feel insulted because you got it in the first place and I'm not respecting your intelligence with my jokes. And the other half will feel insulted because I tricked you. I lied again. I promised it wouldn't happen. I'm very sorry. So yeah, looks like we're going to have Cold Chest on red, I suppose. Yeah. Not sure who's missing. Not sure who would have... Oh, no, never mind, they're full. I thought someone had a really, really long loading screen. And yeah, on blue we will have the good old FBRD. So yeah, it comes down to this map. 1/2, just like they did Steel. I don't think you can go willy-nilly. Hey, let's play 1/2 of this stopwatch map, but let's play 3/2 of this stopwatch map. So if they've done 1/2 of Steel, they will do 1/2 of Millstone. What is going on with this chat? You know what? Trusting these teams to not ready up while they have 3 scouts. I'm just gonna have a really quick little look, just real quick, into the stream chat. Almost as good as Teddy. Well, I'm sorry I don't have any witty remarks to what you said. I just wanted to know before it's been an hour since you wrote the message. Oh, the config. Wow, these teams are on the ball with the configs. Unlike me sometimes. No. I might not be on the ball, but my entire team is, so I think the effect is still fine usually. The thing is, I try to switch away from McLean at this point, because as soon as I even see his gameplay, I'm like, ugh. But now I wonder if that's a placebo effect. Like, if you grabbed any Pyro's gameplay, or just anyone's gameplay, and you had a little box at the bottom center that said, McLean, would I hate it? I think the answer is yes. Yeah. I'm not making a secret out of that. If you can actually make me believe that something is McLean, I will hate it. Even if it's wrong. And he's nodding, he agrees. I wonder if he's gonna see this. I mean, it's not rare for teams to be like, oh wow, we got casted, let's watch it back. He uploaded on the full thing on YouTube. In fact, I think that might be how I got most of my subscribers. So I like to check it out to see what I said about them. And then Colchester finds out I've been ripping them so hard. I'm sorry. I only hate you for endorsing McLean. You would make a very interesting underdog win story if you didn't have McLean. I mean, I guess it still is an interesting story either way, but it would be a story that I'm interested in if you didn't have McLean. Can you switch off the 3 scouts, please? I happen to know that you have 9 people at their PCs. So if you could play the decider rounds before the hype wears off, I would appreciate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. What accent was that? A. Slavic. B. Russian. C. Afrikaans. Or D. Klingon. Vote now on your phones. I memed again. I break promises. I memed again. Thus I lied when I said that I wouldn't meme again. Thus I lied a 3rd time after a 2nd time saying that I wouldn't lie. This is what happens when I have to fill downtime. That's what you get. Let's watch QWERTY's amazing gameplay because he's a god. Fascinating. This is how they this is how pros are made. It must have been planned. He must trade it for the attention of that scout who is about to die to something else or go somewhere. They can't read that, by the way. But if there's someone else watching the STV, they can. So you can be like, who the fuck is that? I mean, that would kind of make it funnier. Like, if I was just watching, I think I would do a little joke where I yell profanities at them and tell them things that I would never want them to hear in STV. NG, 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 NG? Was that NG? Yes, NG. My thoughts are now filled by NG. I have no idea what I said before that. Oh yeah, I would love to do a joke where I yell at them in STV, knowing that they can't read it. But the problem is, I'm streaming. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube. You can watch it later. They do read it. So it completely defeats the purpose. It just makes it a couple days later, maybe. Ah. The troubles of streaming. You can't yell at people. Or at least, not without them knowing. I am in the comfort of my own home. I have a right to hate people. I'm puffing my chest out like I just gave an amazing political speech. Call it hate speech. Did he just... He was like, oh, I just figured out this amazing new Teddy exit spot. Let me redo all my work. You can't climb that ladder, Jim. QWERTY's gonna kill your entire team now because you let him pass. QWERTY's dead. I'm sorry, I'm getting too weird. This is actually pretty important. So once again, we have FBRD on blue this time. Wait, that's actually not just this time. They attacked first on steel as well. Moving the cart to the corner. Standard procedure, if you know the standard procedure of Millstone. And that sentry is really badly placed. So they can just run it over with the cart. Or they could shoot it. So yeah, ignoring the incredibly passive Colchester, they get to use on the heavy who mows down everything, including... Is Liko the med? Liko is the med now! What? Colchester has made roster changes, class changes. And 1 minute 3 is very fast for Millstone first. They have momentum, they have a lot of numbers. 9v5, 9v4. Red's about to spawn. This is the time. Play momentum, dude. They just came out of spawn. Kill him now. Go for it. What are you doing, Logic? What are you doing? Why do you have your entire team looking at that spy? You could have gotten second out of this. Are you fucking this? No. It wasn't meant to be. Our love is not allowed. They would never allow us to open the shutter. Alright, I just realized that the HUD is slightly bugged there at the very top. It says 1 minute 4 and this had said that the entire time. But at least the stopwatch thing is correct and at least the thing on the left is correct. So I think that's the most important stuff. And yeah, indeed, Liko and Medic. That's a pity. He had really nice pipes. Well, he had one really nice pipe at the beginning of Steel, and then that was just my opinion of him. Could you kill... He's behind you. You could kill the Medic. Logic. Logic. That was bad. You looked the wrong way. Well, looks like Asheville is my city. It does have decent pipes as well. And yes, I will call you that if that's your name. I'm sorry. That's what you get for having joke usernames. You will not be... You will not have your normal username attributed to the awesome things you do in a casted game. It's your own fault. Let's watch this awesome QWERTY rollout. Let's not. I change my mind sometimes. Sort of seeing that the medic's really far forward, so maybe we can put some splash damage on there. In fact, he already has, but very little. That's free cam. So with the scout and the heavy and the medic, do you want to bring someone else along? Are they preparing a push? Logic is by himself again. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. It's just heavy med. That's not a good... It's not a very good combo of that. That gets called by Colchester. Heavy goes down. Luke gets to fall back. Oh, the Uber got popped though. I assume that was a force because I cannot imagine them voluntarily using in this situation. Right, looks like another tracks push. It's about to be coming out when Luke has his Uber, which is right now. So let's go. Use a bit more on the demo this time, or just cap the cart. Alright, heavy Uber. Flash the NG who's trying to push. That's bad. That's a bad. That is a bad. Liko survives at very low health. Oh! I'm only looking at him through walls. I'm very sorry. Let's go have some more first person. Oh, they're stacking the card too hard. They're not playing the momentum the way they should. Of that pretty successful push, they could have tried to get third already. I mean, I think they do have third, because third is placed way too far forward. But you get the idea. Would have gotten a lot more ground. We actually refer to it as broke choke, which is this area. It's pretty choky. So you just saw Liko dancing in that sniper spotlight. Probably to a staying alive. Sorry. That's actually that is something that I hate when other people do. Like they sing for the sake of a joke, but they're really careful. It's like, and it's like the worst. Like either you make it a joke and you commit to it. I can't. I was gonna like yell out. I was gonna sing at the top of my lung, but I can't do it. I'm too scared. There's neighbors. Uber exchange. Logic not getting flashed. Dies because of it. A lot of people dead on both sides. QWERTY's going deep. Finds the spy. And gets sniped. Don't think that was worth it really, but alright. Oh, Master of Disaster really deep in. Ah, has to die for it. Once again to the sniper, because give power to the red sniper. That's a wonderful idea. You can do it. Just, if you had shot earlier, I'm sure you would have gotten it down. Oh, why would you just unscope? You could just shoot it, just at no cost. Oh, by the way, this is a really awkward situation with like surfing. It's really obvious and should be really easy to fix, and 3 versions later they've still done nothing. Alright, a lot of FBRD is pretty low on health right now. But at least everyone's alive. Which is not something that can be said about Colchester, who now have to play close to the cart. Oh, they're getting the kills. Oh, Gary. Oh, Gary getting all the kills. As only Carp lives cloaked and low. Oh, that got denied hard. Uber's pretty much equal. Oh my god, McLean. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the worst gameplay. What is he doing in Silver Playoffs? Oh, by the way, one thing to mention. Since both of these teams are guaranteed to be top 3, like even if you lose this and the lower bracket final, you will be 3rd place. I don't think FBRD are recognizing the advantages now. They had a lot of picks. So I'm fairly certain that both of these teams will be plat next season. And that hurts me even more. McLean and plat. I would laugh at him if he was an iron. And he's in plat. Well, not yet, but soon. Alright, Blue Uber. Looks like a force to me. Doesn't have anyone to flash. Has to already get back. Carp is actually rolling back in the meantime. Solar is getting extremely aggressive. Trying to get that sentry. I don't think that's gonna work, no. But, some people on the cart in the meantime. Can Gary clean it up again? It looks like it. Oh, he's got so much health. Ah. It's another failed last push. That hurts. But Liko went down to the to the gun spy, actually. Very bit low to be this aggressive. Yeah, dies to it. But Luke only just spawning. Ah, they were so fast. They were so fast throughout the first 4 points. 5 minutes 19, that's really nice. Pause? Yeah, looks like a pause to me. So yeah, 5 minutes 19 was really nice. Why would they? Oh, they probably paused because to them it's already sub-up time in 90 seconds. This means that they will successfully push in 90 seconds, by the way. Spoilers. It's not spoilers when I don't technically know it for sure, but it's very realistic. They wouldn't pause in the last push. Yeah, so 519, really nice for 4 points, but at this point they failed. I mean, they failed 2 pushes completely, as well as generally have been a bit slow. So I think FBRD might blow this all the way to a below average time. It's definitely not bad. I mean, it's not over yet. It could still become bad, but... Oh, look! Look at the HUD. Now the HUD updated. Now the HUD works. Now it's counting down. Well, alright then. But yeah, this last push, they're too overzealous, I feel. Too aggressive too early. Too unorganized a little bit. Like, sure, they're all pushing on tracks, and at the same time, but there's bad focus fire, some flashes are missing. They don't have a clear idea of who's going forward to gain ground and who's capping card, and yeah. Specifically, they have to focus the red heavy, Gary. He denied those 2 pushes more than anyone else did. And we got Slidey Men! Look at the Slidey Men! Actually, there's not that many Slidey Men. That's slightly heavy. Ugly competitive. Oh, 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 what's that telling? Whoa. That's really far behind! That's extremely far behind. I think they've been doing that all game. I think Celerio is a very unique NG in terms of teleporters. Oh, by the way, there's a little exploit here. If you touch the cart, if you block the cart while it's on that last little slope, it rolls back instead of just staying where it is. But yeah. Wait, 519, 5 points? What?
Mission begins in 60
Hold on, I gotta do a hard reload scheme. Use this time to look at the one, the only, the NG, the blue. Yes, 916. 916. That's the pause, by the way. It's not gonna pause on our end again. But we're about to get bombarded with a lot of chat messages at the same time. So 916, I'd argue that's relatively bad. Not atrocious, but rather bad. And with all the pressures that's on them now, they have to win this or their lower bracket. And even if they make it through the lower bracket, still into the grand final, as I said in the beginning, that makes the grand final really, really hard. And I think with the rule set that UGC has, winning the upper bracket final is the most important thing, even more than grand final. Grand final is mostly a technicality. Let's look at some blue players. See how they decide to begin the round. Demo on card and get stabbed. That's two bad decisions right there. Alright. So that's a suicide wave fold already. You can also see Blame. Well, I was going to say you can see him, he's on low health, but by the time I checked, he was already dead. So, yeah, if you remember, FBRD pushed first incredibly fast, like ultra fluidly. They realized that FBRD wasn't watching the tracks enough and just used through there. Killed everything. Alright, and once more, relatively early Uber. Scout Uber, Demo Uber. Trying to get the sentry, there it goes. Nico dies to the sniper. This doesn't have to be a first cap. You can regain the ground. You have logic at the high ground. You just kill him. Just kill him. Ah! Ah, what a waste. What a waste. Oh, but baby! The scout. The baby scout. Cleaning up around the cart and blocking it. He's gonna die now. Because there's a lot of blue players around him. Alright, getting a tiny bit of extra time. Don't ask me what the first point actually changes. I think it closes the shutter or whatever. Probably changes some spawn times in favor of blue. That stuff. Oh! FBRD using from behind. But them are just not hitting those shots. Logic's so aggressive. This is an incredibly aggressive heavy. It's quite interesting to watch for me. I'm saying for me because I'm a heavy main myself. Not because it's so controversial to enjoy watching heavy. I'm saying it's very unique, it's very different from my style. Alright. That stab's not gonna work, but Colchester using their Uber. Soda trying to juggle the medic with his sticks. Luke went down to pipes. This is gonna be a second cap. Not looking too good, but keep in mind, FBRD got the first points quickly as well. It's all about last. It's not over until last is capped. 6.5 minutes. Oh, Yak really deep in. Gonna have to die to that. Oh. James as well! Are we gonna see 2 RuneScape kills? 3 Runeblade kills? 2, 3 Runeblade. And McLean going stupidly deep in, getting lucky. Fuck him. Alright. Oh, this is actually quite clever. Like, I'm proud enough of having figured out that that shutter on the left is the best way to break Broke Choke. But it looks like FBRD has anticipated that. They've placed some players. I mean, the spy was here earlier. He is no longer. To catch that early, to call that, maybe kill someone who's low. As Colchester Uber comes in. QWERTY gets 1 kill on the sniper. It's something. We wanted more, you could tell. Oh! Liko dies to the body shot. Just before I would have disappeared around the corner. FBRD losing players. Blame's really deep in. And it's the vaccinator. Why are you on vaccinator? That's a... Oh no! Oh god, I think that vaccinator might lose them the whole season. Oh jeez. 3 players alive. Gotta give that 4th cap. With 5 minutes to go. Oh no, FBRD, why? Why the vaccinator? Of all things. Logic suicide's in. For no reason. Master of Disaster, too aggressive, gonna die. Yeah. Oh, don't feed now, what are you doing? Baby gets 1 kill. It's not enough on defense. You got slower spawn times. Ah, Colchester gaining ground, preventing the well, not quite preventing the sentry actually. But picking Luke once more. 4.5 minutes for the last tiny corner, oh no! Not like this! Kraken. Ah, not quite getting his luck play going. It's all up to you. Sniper, Kazarok. Countered sock. Oh, it looks like it's working. Heavy's helping. Liko died. That's Uber disad, even if it's small. Alright, so they've got the whole setup. That was hard enough. Let's see if they can keep it for 4 minutes. But James. James is the key to finding that medic pick. Let's see, who can we watch? Let's watch Luke, he's trying to play it safe. Solar, way too aggressive. Oh, don't die to this. What a waste. What a waste of a perfectly good demo once more. He gets an arrow. And Gary has lost a lot of health, dies to the pipe. That was good play. It's good teamwork from FBRD. Oh, I just looked on the left and everyone's dead on both sides. I don't know how it happened. Red used the Uber or just... sorry, I'm completely good. Oh god. What is this last push? FBRD up again. Small ad again. Right around the card. You gotta jump on it! Heavy! What are you doing? Oh my god. Oh, he dies because of it. Gary's close to it. He's got a lot of health. Nobody's touching it. Oh, he does. Oh my god. This isn't even commentary anymore. This is just me flipping out. McLean, don't let McLean cap it, please. There's a spy on there. Liko running away. The hold stays. The hold stays. 2 minutes 40 seconds. Oh my god. I don't know if FBRD can pull this off. It's right there on the edge. People getting close to it again. Gary on the Fist of Steel. He can just tank it, but if you touch it, it rolls back. I think that map exploit is going to decide the season. So many Colchester players dead. 4 alive. They just have to run. Liko staying alive. So at least their Uber progress is not getting reset. It's down to 2 minutes. Ah. Colchester still feeding. More first person. I'm gonna watch Logic because he's closest to the cart. Even if it means I've missed some interesting snipes. As I talk about snipes, James goes down. McLean. Did he find a kill? I'm not sure. But he certainly died for it. Oh, there's the butt pick! Keeping the... Oh no, oh no! Ah, he only did that because his own mat died. So that's actually a small ad for Colchester because of the faster spawn times. It's not much. But it's going to be the last Uber at 1.5 minutes remaining. I'm gonna free cam again to make it less likely to miss anything, because anything that happens now is massively important. The cut's rolling back. That's gonna help a little bit. Blame fails his bomb. Gary goes down. Yak tries his own bomb. Cannot quite force Luke. Oh, he's so low. Oh no, he died! Flank around the card, 1 minute. Oh, somebody red players down. They've got to waste time for the spawners to come in. Baby! Baby's still staying alive. He's Gerardi'd right around the cart, using it as cover. It's working out, but there's a mini there. He cannot engage that at all. Heavy trying to help him out with it. Blame goes down. Gary with full health, moving towards the cart. There's crits! They were running crits! Ligo's running crits! Oh no! 30 no! Oh! Oh my god. Colchester in Grand Finals. Because of the fucking vaccinator! Oh! Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Why with the vaccinator? Why with the lack of momentum when you were pushing second? Why with the fuck-ups on steel in the first place? Why? Why? No! You might be able to hear this is not the most dramatic why, because I at the same time have a smile on my face. We certainly had an amazingly entertaining game. And as a caster who's not involved in that, I mean, I don't get anything if FBR did win, and I don't lose anything if Colchester does win. That's bad word choice there, but yeah, my job is to put up an entertaining stream. I think this was a good game to pick for that. Oh man, I mean, it's not over. I said from the start to the end, it's upper bracket finals, not the same as grand finals. FBRD can pull off a miracle. They can win the lower bracket final. In fact, I expect them to. So I assume that the grand finals next week, next Monday, should be Colchester versus FBRD again. If Colchester wins that, they win silver after getting 6th place originally. That would make me very sad. If FBRD wins that, then there's another game on the Thursday after that, and whoever wins that wins silver. My god. What a game. I keep picking these really close ones. I mean, just at the beginning I was talking about Highlander is a bit too linear in skill. It's a bit too easy to predict who wins. I was wrong. I was so wrong. To be honest, that's in general a thing that I've been more and more wrong with recently. I think the higher you go, the more interesting the games get. And that's wonderful. Hoo boy! GG, well played to both teams. Sorry to Colchester for talking down on you so much. Sorry to everyone except McLean. Fuck you. Yeah. And thank you for watching. I will end the stream and then reply to some chat messages if they require being replied to. So bye bye.